figure out the nonsense from the facts and helped you sort of find your own way. You might find the way to the exact same thing that you would have, but find your own way so you can actually trust what you're reading, what you're seeing, and not just going, well, I hope this person knows what they're talking about. I hope this person, this person, this person. And it's not actually you in control. Hello and welcome to this video. Now, the trend that always happens before a league start is just a flood of videos and pretty much re-uploads, uploads of things that aren't even relevant, and just a flood of misinformation as well as good information. And how do you even pick that? Now, as you can see here, I've got just today's videos, so the last 24 hours, and as you can see, league starter videos, if you just Google it, there is a lot, and it's still loading. Okay, it didn't show any more results for league starter specific, but it depends on what tag they're under. But as you can see, it is a lot just within the last 24 hours. Some of it by the same people, just uploading the same thing for pretty much the whole week. Now, if you haven't checked out, there is updates to the patch notes, so do check that out if you want to check, see if scarabs or anything have changed. But I'll start with something else, but we'll get into how to actually find a skill that works through all this chaos and mess, and how do we know what's going to actually be good versus achievable based on the fact that it's going to be either expensive or cheap. But I'll start with one big thing that you will be flooded by as well is around this time, content creators that make builds or are partnered with build websites get flooded with like third-party site stuff and paying the content creators to push that stuff. So if the content creator either makes a video denouncing the third-party stuff, or in the video they take a sidestep and just pause for a moment to just talk about it, even if they talk negatively, to like anti-promote it, but you're actually promoting it, just click off the video. Whatever they have is either pushing someone else or they're for sale to the highest bidder. Now, the ones you want to look for are the content creators who start the same stuff. So you got Gazzy. He's a minion guy. If you like minions, go check out his stuff. He's been doing minions for years because he has made it his sort of niche to just be minion guy. Just like Pox. Pox is dedicated to RF and helping people new and old do RF. And then you got some that are mainly Deadeye and sort of, depending on the league, depending on everything, depends on the skill, but let's just say Lightning Strike or variants of that, and that's what they do. So you can go to them, check out the specific thing, because I've played it for league after league, year after year. Pretty much every chance they get, they play these niche things. So you're going to know what they are saying. They're more than likely going to be playing that character come league start, because they have a tradition. Even if they play a whole different character as their second character, generally these people start a certain character, they level up a certain way, they get through the campaign a certain way, They get their currency a certain way. And then once they got that, they'll create another character, maybe for what's popular, what's going at the moment, or something else is new or something like that. They'll swap into it then. So if you want to find someone who does what they talk, find someone who's played those characters league in, league out, and not someone who's... Another one is Wooly. He plays a lot of melee, and he is very melee niched. He tries to stay strictly melee. So if you're into melee, you can check out him as well. But yeah, they stay within their niche. So you're pretty much guaranteed what they will talk about is what they're going to actually put into action come the league start. The ones you want to watch out for are the ones that create 50 different builds and they barely play any of them. And once the league starts, they're not even playing any of the builds they actually pushed because, one, generally it's just a build taken from either Reddit, the PoE Ninja up there, another build creator, and they've just tweaked a few things. And some of the top content creators actually are builders, which give them builds, and they've just taken it from other content creators or build sites and tweaked it a little. So do watch out for the ones that just pump out build, and you don't actually see them playing any of this stuff. And it's a weird sync, but just think the 100 days of like Minecraft or whatever, if they're creating those 100 days of Minecraft, which is 33 hours of playing to get that 100 days, not 100 hours, sorry. 33 hours of playing Minecraft to get those 33, the 100 days. If they're pumping out like 100 days of Minecraft videos every other day or twice a week, whilst doing all this streaming, all this other content and everything, they're probably not actually real. They're either not doing 100 days, they're just cheating, or they're got 5 other people actually making content for them, then they put it on their channel and they all get the profits out of it in whatever staking. That's the same as build creation and anything else on YouTube. If they're just pumping out all this, and it's got footage of this is what I just did, this is what I just did, they're probably not doing that. They're either stealing videos or they have other people doing it for them, and then they make the content because they have the name. So just watch out for that. If someone creates a build video virtually every single day and apparently they've played these builds create it within the last 24 hours or whatever, and then they do another one, but then they're a streamer as well and you can tell that they're not actually doing it type stuff, yeah, just keep that in mind when you're looking at all this stuff because there is a lot of rubbish. Now, we'll go over here. This is a very good pointer outerer, lack of a better term. Make sure it's in the highest DPS. This hardcore solo is southbound of the previous league, week 1. As you can see, got a slam, some power siphon, some hex blast, sunder. Now obviously hardcore, you've got to survive, so the skills are different here. And you can go here and you can pick any of this if you want to look more in depth, or you pick a specific say gladiator, and then you go a skill and you go the passive tree heat map and you find out where most people are going if you want to custom it. But as you can see, this is up in the was, what's it called? There. It's up in the 0.0% range. But it's the highest experience. And then you got the usual Power Siphon Hex Blast set. But if we come over to Settlers, this is where it starts getting a bit wishy-washy. If we have a look at here, you have Ice Trap and Hex Blast. Hex Blast goes slight change up with the cooldowns. So you'll probably see a little less of that because people are pushing people away from Hex Blast. Ice Trap, Ice Trap. So the top is Ice Trap. But if we go Ice Trap, it is 0.1% actually played in the first week out of almost 73,000 characters. That is because videos weren't made on it and it wasn't plugged as, oh, do this, do this, do this. Another one, Sunder 0.7. This is a melee league, remember? So we got Bone Shatter 0.4, 0.5. This is pretty much where these videos are going to make you cost huge amounts to actually follow. Because Lightning Strike, 10% of all people playing in the 73,000 are playing Lightning Strike. This is why things get expensive. People come here, they see, oh, these people have these amount of people playing this. This is where all this, I'd say 80% rubbish. This is where you can see, okay, all these videos on Volcanic Fissure. 0.5 of people were actually playing it. We'll just go normal Volcanic for now. So 0.5 amount of people and 40% Chieftain. And then you can go the map and then have a look at all the different build varieties. So this is what happens when you don't have a skill that is pushed heavily and just everything is, well, turn that off. Everything is just redone, 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 redone. And people just have the same build, same build, same build. Because it's not actually the people that know what they're doing producing the 80% rubbish. They're taking the 20% and re-uploading it as their own content. And this one been pushed huge amounts leading up to this league. And we have, can't see the percentage, 36% Berserker. If we go back here, 0.5%. But if we go Lightning Strike, we got 48%, 40. So pretty much everyone playing these two. We got 7,000 people out of it playing. And you got a very strong heat map for where most people are going. Obviously, all this is probably like, because it's all the way down here, it's probably 1, 2 people starting different classes. But as you can see, it's well documented, well published, leading into the league. It was all over the place. And you can see the difference between it. We'll go back to as you can see, there is no red. There is all the way over here. There's some up here. I would bet that this coming league, a heat map after week 1, will have pretty much the Lightning Strike thing, because it is well pushed and everyone's doing it and everyone's going to be buying their equipment. So let's go. What's not going to be? Ice Spear probably won't be used by the masses, but it'll probably be up there with the decent builds. We won't pick the top. We'll pick somewhere down here. Occultist. Probably Templar is going to be most common for that. But we'll pick this. So we have a look. Crown of the Inward Eyes. We got the wrappings, rares. This stuff, cheapest chips. Obviously that is dependent on when you buy the life mana and all that. All this stuff, it's when do you buy it and how do you craft it if you craft it yourself. But as you can see, this stuff would have been cheapest chips in the start of the league. We go to the Templar version. It's slightly different. It's got the Spider Silk, Quarterstaff, Coward's Legacy. It's got the Dying Sun, which can get expensive early on. So yeah, like, the stuff is cheap because no one's playing it. The way you can pick what's going to be the best choice is, one, are you going to try and follow a content creator or streamer? Then you pretty much need to make sure that they're going to play that build when you actually play, because a lot of them go, oh, I'll pick on the day. Then they're not going to pick on the day. They know what they're going to choose. They're going to push you towards some other build, so their stuff is cheaper on the first day or two. Not all of them, but that's generally anything that's being pushed this way, they're going to go over here, so the stuff's cheaper. And they can be seen to play something that's not as popular or whatever come like day one, day two. So yeah, if you take this list here, you look at the notes, like check out these notes, and if don't pick this. This got a massive nerf for no reason. But if you have a look, don't pick X Plus either. Don't pick Ice Nova. Lightning Strike still be good. So you can pretty much pick. I wouldn't start Molten Strike, but you can do it. It still be strong. So yeah, don't pick the Hex Blast or the Frost Blades or the Ice Nova Frost Bolts. Pick any other of these skills. Check out the week 1 uniques, and then have a look at what they were, how much they costed, and if they were really expensive uniques, then they're probably going to be very expensive uniques again. So you can just pick that way. Pick a strong starter from here and don't even worry about all the videos. Or you can go down and find a skill that you actually like, or pick a character you like. So say you're playing Berserker is probably going to be one of the more popular ones early. So let's see. Frostblades, Reeve, Flicker Strike, Ground Slam, that'll get expensive, the gem wise. So I'd be trying to get that from the Labyrinth if I was playing it. But yeah, Frostblades. To my knowledge, I'm pretty sure Frostblades 30% less damage. So people aren't going to be wanting to, 30% less damage, I'm not going to do that. And then we go latest snapshot for apparently Apparently I can't spell it. Then we go here, just pick the top. We got this shield, obviously a Mage Blood because it's pretty much the end of the league. Relic and Patience. As you can see, if you built your currency all into one character, you could afford this. Possibly not a Mage Blood. The rest of the stuff, all's uprising. It depends on when. But obviously, Mage Blood would be a Mage Blood. Cost pretty much forever. Unless the league's broken loot-wise. But yeah. So you look at that and you could easily just focus on this character and get the stuff for fairly cheap. And it's 30% less damage, which then you can fix with other things. But it's very tanky if built right. So that's like an example of how to find what's going to be best. As you can see here, there's crazy numbers, but this is the end of the league, so do take that in mind. But yeah, so the most popular won't necessarily be the best thing to go because everything will be expensive. Everything will be taken off the market in an instant. There'll be people just having a spot on the trader. As soon as it comes up for less than a certain price, they'll take it and then put it up on a more expensive price. And yeah, so all these league starters that people are pushing, and virtually they're all the same. Don't just pick it because, oh, this has been made a bunch of videos on. This is, oh, someone's doing a guide how to go through the campaign with this character. There'll be probably half the amount of people that is watching it thinking the exact same thing. Oh, this must be good because everyone's making a video on it. But don't fall down that rabbit hole. Find, if you don't have a skill that you like starting, or your skill got totally trashed in the patch, either check out someone who specializes in that sort of character, like a minion or a rogue type, not mercenary, marauder, etc. Or come to PoE Ninja, find the weak one. If you want to be a little more safe, go the hardcore solo self-found and find out what was being used, how it was being used, what was being put with it. Because this stuff has to be found, one, solo self-found, and two, the characters can't die. So pretty much, if they've lasted a week and they're doing it, then they probably have a setup that is pretty well versed to staying alive. If you want glass cannon, just go normal settlers and just see what was the most DPS and all that. But hopefully that helped you figure out the nonsense from the facts and helped you sort of find your own way. You might find the way to the exact same thing that you would have, but find your own way so you can actually trust what you're reading, what you're seeing, and you can actually feel like you're in the right lane and not just going, well, I hope this person knows what they're talking about. I hope this person, this person, this person. And it's not actually you in control. Well, let me know what you think, and hopefully that was at least helpful, if not informative or whatever. But catch you next time, and goodbye.